Good looking people on. Well, good morning, everybody. This is Karen O'Neill. I'm hosting you from my daughter's home, and I am so happy to be here. I know last week we had a little glitch. Michelle and I, neither one could be here, and I hear that Heidi did an amazing job. That was wonderful. Thank you, Heidi. I want to welcome everybody. Thank you for coming in. We don't have time to like say hello that much, but I just want to remind you all that we call this the Monday Morning Miracle Call, but it really is truly, really very robust science. And we're so excited to get on here and share what has happened with us with the patches. We usually focus mostly on X39, but you know what? On this call, we talk about everything that's been going on. And remember, we are not here to claim to treat, diagnose, or cure any disease. We use light therapy, which really helps our body to heal and do, sorry, I have to get rid of those notifications. Anyway, helps our body do what it needs to do to be healthy. So we're excited to be here. Please raise your hand. It looks like I have a hand raised by Miss Susan. And let's just get started. Just remember, make it quick. How you were before, what patch you used, how you are now. Don't name any named diseases because we don't make those claims. And come on in, Susan.
And then
Well,
after Susan goes, Karen, I'd like to come on. I can't raise my hand, so I just thought I'd let you know.
Do you want to go first? Do you want to go
Nope,
first and then we'll have Susan?
Have Susan go and then I'll go.
Okay, and meanwhile, the rest of you be raising your hands. We want to hear your stories. Okay, Susan, come on in.
Hey, good morning. Well, I started a year ago as of October 5th, and just suffice it to say, from a certain virus on our planet, I had like zero energy and zero brain function. Well, maybe not zero, but very low. And the long and the short of it is, according to my naturopath and my MD, I've made like 120% comeback. And I'll spare you the details because I really wanted to tell you guys, like, never ever give up, because the patches are working on us on so many levels. Somebody 6 weeks ago said to me that hadn't seen me in a while, and this is another result I've had, Karen, everyone. And she said, "My God, Susan, do you know how much body fat you've lost?" She's somebody who's into fitness. She goes, "Do you know how much body fat you've lost and how toned you are? You've got more muscle mass." She was like, "Oh my gosh." And she's on the patches. So she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so inspired. Thank you." So fast forward, yesterday, I'm having a discussion with my cousin for our family reunion in 2 weeks. And I said, I'm going to put Dad, my 92-year-old dad who's on the patches with miraculous results. I said, I'm going to put him in a running suit, and I'm going to wear something that'll show off my muscles. And I said, and we're going to talk about the patches at the family reunion, because we do have a cousin who is now becoming ambulatory after 2 years of being not able to walk in a wheelchair, and he's getting great results in just 6 weeks. So there's my celebration of 1 year on the patches as of October 5th, and the gift of Life Wave on every level in my life, including this wonderful community. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Susan, that is so wonderful to hear. And the conviction and the excitement in your voice is wonderful. Thank you for sharing. And let's go to Liz. Oh, Susan, that was great. So Liz, you come on in, and then I don't see any other hands up. If for some reason you can't get your hand up after Liz and nobody else has, and you want to talk, go ahead and just pop in.
Okay, I'm going to mute all, so everybody will have to unmute themselves when they want to go speak. So first of all, I'm going to mute all. And then I'm going to share my screen. So hold on just a moment. Click share screen. So we want to wish all of our Canadian friends and family happy Thanksgiving, eh? So
Hey.
today is Canada's Thanksgiving Day. And so we just wanted to celebrate all of you and thank you for your participation with the Live Younger family. And we hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving Day. Ours is coming up here in a few weeks, and we'll stay tuned for more of that. So we're following right on your footsteps for us being able to celebrate and give thanks. And I know a lot of people are going to be very thankful for LifeWave and what it's done for them. So back to you, Karen.
Thank you. That was perfect. That was wonderful. I love it. So I don't see any hands up, and I want to share a little something with you real quick. I do see 2 hands up. So, but Susan, you can put yours down unless you have more to say. And let's go with Donald. And then I've got something that I'll pop in with. Come on in, Donald. Don't forget to unmute. Click. Yeah.
Thank you.
got it.
Yes, there I am. Okay, got it. I'm excited because I've been on the patches 3 months now, just a little over, and I'm starting to get friends pop into my mind. You know, you could really benefit from this, and so I'm feeling more comfortable sharing because I feel better. I know that they're working on me, and there's a few little. None of them are earth-shattering, but yeah, I feel better. So. One of my best long-term friends just had a conversation yesterday with my sponsor, Sarah Glenn, and my friend Chris, and I had forgotten to send Chris the meeting notice for today soon enough, so he probably won't be able to join. But I had originally told him, hey, you could come on this call. Anyway, he will probably be signing up, but one of the really interesting things to me was that when Sarah and I were talking to Chris, Sarah's story just beautifully complemented Chris's need, and she was able to share with him from her experience how the patches had affected her mental state. And, you know, Chris has self-diagnosed, and I won't say the term, but he basically is in a constant fight or flight mode for, you know, decades because of trauma in his past. And Sarah's experience was just beautiful. I was thinking that for Chris, their Nirvana and X39 would be a great combination. And Sarah corroborated that. But she also said that her own personal experience was that I'll just say, her mental state improved dramatically after the first patch which was X39. So I'm excited to see my friend Chris get on X39. He's excited to be receiving his patches soon. We're not sure exactly how or when he'll sign up because, like a lot of people, he's in you know, some financial tight times right now. But we're going to get him on there. I know, because I can see the commitment. I know he grasps the benefit. It's one of those things that line up perfectly after, you know, you see somebody has done this, and then the circumstances are arranged where this is the next thing, and he go, yeah, I see how you're being lined up for this answer to your issues. And of course, we don't know how fast or, you know, how dramatic anything is going to be, but he's hopeful, I'm hopeful, and it's just exciting to be able to share with a good friend that struggled for a long time.
Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. And you're right. I would add, for that fight or flight, I would definitely add Eon. Yeah, I think it is essential. Okay. So add that. Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Pardon?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Donald. All right. So I'm going to share a really quick thing. I just was in Idaho last week and I saw my cousin. I have not seen her since before I started using the patches. And she's 1 day older than me. She was born on Halloween. I was born on November 1st. And so we are 1 day apart. So we have a pretty good genetic tie there and birthday tie. And she has never shown any interest in anything I've ever done. And it's kind of like, get away, don't talk to me. But she started asking me questions. And she said, well, what are you doing? And she said, you know what? The proof is in the pudding. She said, I almost didn't recognize you. Now, how cool is that? I hadn't seen her since I was about 68 years old. Now I'm going to be 73 on November 1st. And most people start getting worse during those years. And she didn't even recognize me, and she wants to know about it. I don't know that she'll ever actually do it because who knows? But I just am so happy she could see it, because I would love her to get the same health benefits that I have gotten She actually just came out of the hospital and is on oxygen. She's a non-smoker. So yeah, she's seeing a huge contrast. Just so you know, relatives are the most tricky, you guys. Relatives and close friends, they're the most tricky, but they're the ones we want to help the most. Our hearts are just go out to them. And guess who's next? Heidi, come on in. Don't forget to unmute, sweetie.
I hope you can hear me. My background is my
Yes.
television that I've never hooked up and that I'm going to move out next week. But in reference to Donald's comments about the individual, I don't know if any of our life waivers today were at Orlando's presentation when I stood on stage and almost cried because I wore the X39 patch on the first time, February 22nd, and I did not wake up from from when I was 6 years old, from a trauma nightmare that I would consistently wake up from at 3 o'clock in the morning. I slept straight through, and I have not woken up from that nightmare. And we're talking a trauma nightmare, a reoccurring nightmare since wearing X39, and I've been on it since February 22nd of this year. So that's my X39 story, but I really raised my hand before Donald mentioned his comments about his potential customer. Is I am wearing a glutathione patch on my wrist today because, and this is gonna be hard for me to share this because I'm not sure if what I'm going to say, and you can just interrupt Karen and say that's a diagnosis, Heidi. So I think
I might not know.
Okay, so I think I self-diagnosed myself with so I don't eat sugar, and I'm a vegan eater, and I had some leftover tiramisu from my birthday, and 3 days later I started having a little bit of tingling when I urinated, and I got these patches like 2 days later, and these are great for detox because I'm pretty sure I'm free of sugar now and I do not have any pain with urination. So if that was too much of a diagnosis, then so be it.
I think it was fine. You named symptoms. That's really all you have to do is do how you felt, what it was doing. That was perfect.
And that
You
was
couldn't have done
within
better.
6 hours of putting this on. I no longer had the
Wow.
tingling in my urination. So
Oh
don't
my
know.
gosh. No,
Amazing.
you know what? Yeah, that sounds like a normal reaction to the glutathione. Isn't that cool?
And then I watched
It's-
the video on Live Connect with David Schmidt talking about how this should be worn. And
Mhm.
I'd actually not put it on this spot. I put it on the top of my hand because I don't know, I read the wrong picture in the 3 booklet thing and I put it on the top. So it still works even if you don't put it on the exact spot.
Well, whether you put it here or here, it's actually going about almost the same place. So you're fine. It's
Well,
just,
and he discusses why it's different with
oh, good. I guess I better watch that
glutathione.
again.
And so that's a live video that I watched this morning. I didn't even get finished through all of
I
it,
love
but I
it.
put it on the right spot today.
Oh, that's fabulous. I love it. Thank you, Heidi. And now we have Darlene. Don't forget to unmute, Darlene, when you come in. And then Sunshower. Oh, Sunshower's got her hand up. So this is exciting what great stories we have already. Let's keep it going.
Good morning. This weekend I was planting a lot of bulbs and I hurt a couple of my fingers and my thumb, it was really throbbing. So I immediately took my gloves off and I put a used X39 on. Within 2 minutes, it had stopped hurting. And I didn't realize that I had hurt this finger also until hours later when I took my gloves off. And this finger was all black and purple along the side. So I took the used patch off this thumb, put it on this finger, and the next morning, my finger was not black and blue at all. And the soreness stayed for maybe a day, but my fingers are all fine now.
Awesome. And Darlene and I are almost the same age. And usually you hear about slower healing. And that is one of the most beautiful benefits of X39. One of the many is how fast we heal. That has a lot to do with that creation of stem cells. So awesome. And by the way, Heidi had glutathione on her hand. I think I saw a question about that. I couldn't see the whole text, so I'm guessing. Anyway, awesome. Thank you, Darlene. You have so many great stories. I love it when you come on and share one of them. Thank you. And Sunshower, come on in. And then Donald's back. Sunshower disappeared. I wonder if her, Okay, Donald, you come on in and we'll wait till hopefully Sunshower be back pretty quick.
I have to, after the last story, I have to show you, this just happened and it's healed so fast. I hit myself with a sledge when I was splitting some wood and, hit my thumb and it was really bleeding. I thought about it. I said, am I going to put, a patch on this and, directly or, one on my, on my hand somewhere near it. I thought, you know what, I'm already wearing an X39 and the glutathione. I'll just see if it, how it heals just from the patches I'm already wearing on, other parts of my body. And it has healed so fast. This is like literally less than 48 hours. It's just a little over 24 hours. And I'm pretty amazed at how fast it was a pretty deep cut. I don't know how well you can see it, but anyway, great experience in fast healing.
That is awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And yes, fast healing. Woohoo! I love it. This is how we do. We like one thought sparks a new thought and another thought and a memory of what you're doing. So Sunshower, you're back. Come on in.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. And we could see you.
Can you not see me?
Well, yeah, now I can. You're there.
Oh, goody. So as you see, I have something going on and I'm not going to give it a name, but it sort of recurs every few months, on this side of my mouth typically and a little bit inside. You get the idea. So at first, this is what's so silly. You forget about your patches. It's like, duh. So I'm looking up remedies. I'm putting on apple cider vinegar and peroxide, all this stuff. And then it's like, patches. Oh, yeah. So let's see, what would calm this down? Oh, Eon. So I put that on last night and a lot of this has gone down already. The color isn't as red and things are shrinking. And then I was like, I wonder if there's something else. It was like an inner prompting. And I really hope it's okay to show you what I'm about to show you. If I offend anybody, just lambaste me later. But I diagnose myself. I'm in touch with my high self through this method right here. Is that okay if I mention this?
It's okay with me. Not everybody understands it, but that's okay.
Well, I'm quite adept at this. And so I asked this morning, is there another patch? And it was like, yep, glutathione. I'm like, oh yeah, of course. And then it was like, well, let's see, where should I put it? I don't know. I've already been instructed to put my Eon here. And it was like, well, stack them. So I have both of them right here. And I should have taken a before picture because I'm pretty sure by the end of the day, I'm going to be back to normal. What do you say, gang?
I think it's awesome. Woohoo! That is awesome. And I really like that one method for testing what's good for you. So, kudos to you on that one. It does work for many, many people. Anyway, awesome. And that's, I don't even get those anymore. It's pretty cool. I'm not saying I never will, but I haven't now for, a long time.
Well,
Anyway,
Karen, you
awesome.
and I are the same age. So yeah, I wouldn't have expected this either.
There you go. Maybe that's why. Okay. Well, that's wonderful. Great story. And yeah, before and after picture would be great. Hopefully you'll never get another chance on that one. And that'll never come back. So thank you. All right. Let's see if there's any more hands up. Yes, we have. Oh, yes. Revel. Come on in. I don't think I said your name right, but come on in. And then Barbara. We've got two great people coming up.
Hi, good morning, Karen. And I love the way Ravel has said revel. I prefer revel. Just kidding.
Ravel, thank you. Thank you.
Just wanted to share I have so many personal testimonials, but out of an abundance of caution, given my location, I won't mention them. But I just want to say in general about what a new preferred customer relayed to me on Saturday, which was after 21 days of using a patch. He mentioned he feels a sense of well-being, increased energy, less aches and pains, and he feels more invigorated. Very nice to hear.
Woohoo! That is nice to hear. And that's why we have that checklist. I hope you guys are all using it. I went back and read one of my testimonies that's in on our website, and I had forgotten some of the things that had happened to me. So guys, write it down, write it down, write it down. And because I was amazed, I thought, oh yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So awesome. Well, let's see. We are still pretty early, but we don't have any hands up right now. We'd like to come bless our community with a story. We could call it True Stories. There we go. We've got Christina and then Brian. Come on in, Christina.
Am I here?
Now I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, all right. I just thought I'd tell you about some really good friends of ours, Dee and Elmer. Elmer's like 91 and Dee is 84, 85. And they started using the patches. She said, I have nothing wrong with me. I'm good. I don't really need anything, but her husband was getting up in the middle of the night, doing all sorts of crazy things in the middle of the night, taking his clothes off, putting them in the dishwasher and just doing all sorts of crazy things, just getting older, and anyway, so we put and I know Alavita is not necessarily for sleeping, but I find that it works really well. So we put it between the eyes and then put X39, of course, on their necks, and they're wearing them at night. And he is sleeping through the night with no problems at all. And matter of fact, when she forgets to put the patches on him, he'll wake about 1 o'clock in the morning and go wake her and say, put my patches on, I can't sleep. And so it's just been really fun. And she says, I have never slept better in my life. I thought I slept well, but I've never slept better. And then she also said she has so much more pep during the day.
Wow. Yeah, that's a hard one to find too. So that is exciting. And isn't it fun to be able to share and see people's lives change for the better?
Yes, just simple things, but it's nice to have those things changing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So thank you. And
You're
now I'm
welcome.
going to give you the lineup. We have Brian coming next, then Heidi, and then someone who I don't have their name, but it says Samsung. Anyway, so it would be the only other person with their hand up. So let's go. Don't forget to unmute, Brian.
Hi. In fact,
There you
Christina's
are.
my wife, actually. She was
Awesome.
the just on. Anyway, hi, babe. But anyway, I was going to tell you about my eyes because she's been wanting me to get on here and talk about my eyes. So I had a lot of floaters after eye surgeries and things in my left eye after using X39 for a while, and also adding on cortisone, especially. I noticed it helped with the floaters going away, the black, all those black floaters.
Right.
Eyes
Yeah.
and stuff. And that not normal people usually don't have those. So if you have those, you should get checked at an eye doctor, from what I understand. But anyway, they help a lot. So I just wanted to call and jump in and let you guys know that that's what they work for me.
That's awesome. I love that. And I know that Dr. Joan also had those go away using the patches. So that's awesome. Hey, hallelujah, right? Thank you, Brian. Okay, Heidi.
I'm going to
Unmute, yeah.
defer to Stephanie Constantine since she raised her hand inside the chat before I did.
Okay, I don't see her, but Stephanie, if you're there, come on in.
You can go ahead and talk. I just wanted to say that I stay on X39. I have for about 2 or 3 years, and 3 days ago, I started Nirvana. And I try not to do all the other patches. I try to just concentrate on X39, but I've been having tremors for a couple of years. The tremors are gone.
Woohoo! Wow.
I don't know what it is about Nirvana, but that's the only thing that I can think that I've done differently. Now, it could be a fluke. It could be prayer. I don't know. But I'm just saying.
Well, whatever it is, just take it, right? That's awesome.
Right. Okay. Love y'all.
We love you back. Thank you for sharing. And thank you, Heidi, for your graciousness.
Well, I'll just couple what Stephanie was going to say. I was just going to pipe up and say, I think that I am going to reintroduce my preferred customers to the idea that it is so important to do the health tracker for yourself. If you're not personally aware and already like literally recording your hydration, your bowel movements, your mood, and one other thing, which I always check out my puffiness when I wake up in the morning underneath my eyes. So for those 4 reasons, I track it on a calendar and in a readable book. But what I didn't realize is when I started Nirvana, I didn't track it because I was given a sample at a show from another Crossline brand partner, and I did not track my Nirvana. And what I realized was I wasn't consistent with wearing Nirvana. And I had an amazing experience, which I have already previously shared on here, where I actually grieved a loss of 4 family members. And it had been 7 years since I had cried. And I haven't written it down yet. So I'm challenging you, if you have anything that you're hearing today, just spend 5 minutes after these calls on Mondays and re-record your experiences on your health tracker. That was my advice.
I love it. Thank you. And it's such important advice. Like, oops, I'm sorry. My toe got wiggly and there it went. Anyway, thank you. That is wonderful. And do it because, like I said, you forget sometimes. When things are bothering you, you don't forget them. But when they're gone, it's like, what pain? What problem? Yeah, it's awesome. All right. Thanks, Heidi. Okay, the Samsung user and then Kay.
This is Teresa Grace. Hello, how are you doing?
Teresa, hi.
I don't know why it's not bringing my name up, but okay. I just wanted to share something because I've been using the X39 for about 3 years as well, a little just a little over 3 years. And about 2 years ago, roughly, I was having a spike in my, and I'm not sure, I'm trying to make sure I don't say things I shouldn't, but in my blood sugars, and was told that I was borderline. And I'm like, I'm not going there. It's very strong in my family with problems with that. And I did not want to become one of those who had to deal with it on a daily basis, maybe several times a day. So I lost some weight thanks with help of X39 and just working on being a healthier me. I lost 40 pounds, and then a couple weeks ago had a house call nurse come in for my annual health check. And one of the new things that they did that they had not done before is they wanted to take my A1C. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm really concerned about that because I haven't been eating as well the last at least month and probably most the last 3 months because of my moving situation. And so I was really concerned that it was going to be could be a problem, and got results immediately. My score was a 5.5, nothing to worry about. And I give all the credit to the patches in maintaining a healthy me. So I'm just so grateful for the patches and for LifeWave. Thank you for letting me share.
Woohoo! Thank you for sharing, Teresa. That's awesome. And what a delight that is. I know my last labs, every single test was in the normal range. And I'm only on thyroid medication, nothing else. But I used to have a thing that was well, it was considered like one of those auto things with the thyroid, and I have no traces of that anymore. My thyroid's pretty well shot, but so I'll have to have medicine, but I don't have any of those indicators anymore. And I've had 2 tests that show that. So Teresa, thank you for sharing, because those numbers, those labs, they don't lie. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Come on in, Kay.
Good morning, everyone. I'm trying to stop the video here just a moment. There we go. Okay. So calling from Flagstaff, Arizona, beautiful fall colors here going on. I do want to tell you that I want to thank Donald for his testimonial. I have had floaters for 25 years and I had no idea they had gone away until he brought up his testimonial.
Woo, that's awesome.
And they were big. It felt like I know exactly the moment I noticed them. It felt like someone had thrown mud at my eyes. And 25 years later, I guess the patches took them away and I didn't even know it. And then the other thing, one of the gals came on our team call and shared, because Nirvana's been discussed today, she shared that she noticed that she had a lack of motivation to do anything, and tried to figure out what was different and realized she had run out of her Nirvana tablets. So she reordered those, got them in, started using them along with the patches, and her motivation and zest for life came back. So I wanted to share that with everyone as well, because I think sometimes we just think, oh, the patches do everything, I don't need to get those tablets. But she didn't know how great they were until she ran out of them. And that's often true with all our products, isn't it? People don't know how much they help until they stop using them. Thank you.
And Kay, thank you for sharing that, Kay, because I've wondered that too. And I've gotten the Nirvana a couple of times and I love it, but I always wondered how important are those tablets, because you can stretch those patches out, but you can't really stretch the tablets out. So I was wondering, so thank you. That's actually very valuable to me personally. And I'm sure if it's valuable to me, it's valuable to a whole lot of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And you know what? I don't see any more hands up right now. Let me see. I'm going to click and I think we're pretty much at the bottom of the hour. So do you want to wrap us up in there, Liz? And we'll close for today. Thank you for a wonderful, wonderful team call. This was fabulous. Sharing our successes is wonderful. And I love seeing Heidi. You're always cheering there in the background. Yeah, I like that one. I saw that at a service yesterday anyways, cool. So Liz, back to you. And thanks everybody for coming in. Thanks for all of you for being here.
Well, thank you. And I just want to remind everyone that tonight, this evening, we have Connie Lucas and Presidential Director, and then Harris Williams, Senior Presidential Director, that are going to be presenting on our call this evening. And I think that the discussion is going to be about how to invite, different ways that you can invite, why to invite, etc. So that's going to be a great one to watch. And with that, I'm going to click on the unmute everyone. So if you'd like to say goodbye to everyone, you're welcome to.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Liz.
Thank you all. Great call.
Everybody.
Hi, Canadian.
Thanks, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Appreciate you all.
Stay healthy. Have a wonderful week. Keep patching.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank
Mwah.
you.
Mwah.